Now, many of you have heard about the firing of Ryan Clark. He's a former NFL football player, like a defensive type player that knocked people down, sometimes very aggressively. It was part of his job to do so as an NFL player. But I just watched an interview he had, and he was very tearful. You know, a lot of people have been laid off from ESPN, including Ryan Clark, but Ryan Clark believes the actions towards him was a firing, that he was fired because, he's done well as a commentator for ESPN. He's an Emmy winner. But interestingly, Ryan Clark believes that his behavior, his words, some of the stances that he has were seen as too black, right? So, that could be. The problem is that, when you work for these big organizations, they have the power to get rid of you for whatever reason when they want to. They really do. And I felt badly for this man. He was tearful during this interview. And I would not doubt that there are people in the background laughing at him, right? Powers that be that could not stand him. And he had learned that there were people in high places that didn't like him. And he tried to change who he was a little bit to kind of accommodate the situation he was in as an employee for ESPN, knowing that there's some big wigs that don't like you. Now, he has stood up for people like Angel.resse and the ethnic Black American community, the Black American community. There are social, political things that we know occur in this country. And he has verbalized his feelings and his support for the community he belongs to. And, I think a lot of the sports teams do not want the athletes to be talking about social, political, controversial topics. And I think, that's why Michael Jordan remained silent. I'll keep this short, but one of the things Ryan Clark said is that all his colleagues liked him. All his colleagues liked him. And I think sometimes that can be true, but I don't know if all his colleagues really liked him. People can be extremely fake. They can be cordial in your face, saying nice things, behaving in a way that you might believe that they really like you. So, if they did really like him, they still had no say so in what was going to happen to Ryan Clark. And I think it's okay for men to cry. Don't get me wrong, but I just wish that there wasn't an audience for his tears, that those people who got rid of Ryan Clark did not get a chance to see him sweat or be emotional about what he considers to be an unfair firing, right? I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I think he will go on to continue to be successful in whatever he's doing. And maybe he can come up with something in addition to whatever he's doing with his own podcast to help other people, right? Because I do think that this guy is a type of decent mentor for other young Black males. And really, Black people and non-Black people could, learn from Ryan Clark. So just my thoughts. I mean, would have preferred not to see Ryan Clark being tearful and during his interview? I mean, my main reason is because I just, don't want those people who don't like him or who might be celebrating his removal to see him sweating, for lack of better words, in the way that he was during his interview about his firing. Good luck to him, social nurse.